Kane Holloway! Hello everyone, how's everyone? Good? Fantastic. What happened to your leg, dude? Tore your ACL? Yeah, he's good looking, tore his ACL. I wish I could curse at him. That's a really cool injury. This has actually been a weird show so far. I was outside during Brenta's set when she said, do you guys know what the age of consent in Italy is? A guy outside goes, 14. And then when she said 14, he goes to himself. Is this pedophile trivia? What is happening? It's good to be here. Just like I'm Brenta, I'm also sober. I'm 5 years sober. Thank you so much. It's nice to see you. San Diego's really nice. I was in Dallas recently, and I said the same thing, that I'm 5 years sober, to a comedy club full of Southerners, and they all booed me, which I thought, that's pretty funny, because I realized, like, why doesn't alcoholism get the same respect drug addicts get when they quit their thing? You know, like, it's a disease that I'm battling with. It ruins people's lives, but I tell a bunch of Southerners that I don't drink, and they're like, he doesn't drink, how does he drive? Boo! What a bitch! If I was giving up heroin, they'd be like, oh, is that why he's wearing that jacket? Yay! What a hero, let's buy his book. I'm 36, I just turned 36, and I'm trying to think of, like, wondering if I should be a dad. I know I want to be a better dad than my dad, because when I was growing up, my dad wasn't very good. Like, my dad used to always give me shit for being gay. And I'm not gay, but he loved to give me shit about it constantly. I know my dad was homophobic, and I think he was trying to make me homophobic, but his tactics were contradictory because he's stupid. One time when I was 16, he just straight up asked me, he's like, Kane, are you gay? And I'm like, why? And he direct quote, he's like, because you have a lot of hot guy friends. Hey, Dad, are you gay? Because I like these guys because they sell me weed and they know all the lyrics to the real Slim Shady, but you seem to be working on a whole other level, dog. And he's like, the age of consent in Italy is 14. What do you know, Spacey? One person go, oh, like you're friends with Kevin Spacey? Kevin got a bad rap, man. No. It's so funny, I got married in 2020. And thank you. And then I got divorced in 2020. That was pretty sick. Tore my ACL in the marriage department. Pretty good, right? It's a good callback. I didn't think that was coming back at some point. I was hoping you did something stupid, and I was like, I tore it. That's not funny. Came back. But, what's interesting about my marriage, for the short time that I was in that, we never actually signed any paperwork to be a husband and wife, by government standards. But we did have a wedding. We had a venue, she had a dress, I had a suit, we had cake, dancing, a lot of our friends came. But we never actually signed any paperwork to be a legal husband and wife, so now I like to pretend that we had a quinceañera for white people. And then we got canceled. I was pretty sick. And then we got divorced. This is the weirdest divorce story ever. So you guys remember the start of 2020, right? We decided to break up, and then like a couple days later, COVID takes over the planet. And then while we're looking for our own apartments to move into, our own separate places, that's when they issued the quarantine lockdown, and we had to stay in the apartment together. Now, I'm not sure how relatable this premise is to everybody here, but has anyone here ever broken up with someone and you're about to move on with your life, but then the government forces you to stay inside together? Has that ever happened to anybody other than me? During those early days of COVID where the news is telling you, hey, if you go outside, you're going to die, and I'm like looking at both options like, man, I don't know which one to pick. This is a real selfish choice. Both the options make it hard to breathe. Yeah, now I'm sober. I'm sober all the time, man. Even from weed. I can't do it. I want to be. I'm not sober from weed because I have a problem with it like I do booze. I'm sober from weed because I don't know how much I'm supposed to do to have a good time. I have no idea. I have no clue. I either don't smoke enough, so I'm just sober with bad breath, or I end up smoking way too much, and then I'm just crazy high and super paranoid. I got so high one time that I got scared in the middle of telling a story, and that's way too goddamn high. To know how a story ends and still be like, oh dude, what's gonna happen? Do I make it at the end of this story? Am I here now? Even in high, like, I like functioning stoners get my utmost respect. If you can get high and go outside, are there anybody a functioning stoner here? Raising your hands, please. That's the most stoner shit I've ever seen. Yeah, that's cool. I can't do it. I could be like standing in line for 2 hours for like a PlayStation 5. If I finally get to the front and I'm high and I make eye contact with somebody, I'm like, I'm out of here, dude. I don't even want it. You can keep it. Even in high school when I smoked weed all the time, I couldn't function, man. I got so high one time that I forgot my birthday at a Blockbuster Video. And for anybody under 25, Blockbuster Video was a video rental store. Various candy you could take home. Had hopes and dreams. If you don't know about Blockbuster Video, you definitely do, Santa. Jesus Christ. That's the oldest old man I've ever seen in my life. He's like, I started Blockbuster. I'm John Blockbuster. What a nice audience. Oh, yeah, don't. Pass it around. Don't bogart the shit. If you don't know about Blockbuster, there's a documentary about it that you can get caught up on. That makes me feel old. That makes me feel so old. And you know what's even worse? There's a documentary about the downfall of Blockbuster on Netflix. Come on. That's cuckold porn. That's what that is. Netflix is like, we're going to tell your story. How about you take a seat?